welcome to Classic Christmas Readings. I am your host, Barbara Bolaños, here to welcome you and celebrate the joys of the Christmas season. Isn't Christmas lovely? It really is. Today's reading is one I think you will all recognize. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore. It'll star none other than our own very dear Mr. Chris Gavin. Enjoy.
Is a famous story, and it's called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
I've heard of that.
You've heard it, and it's sort of like a poem, but it's a wonderful. It is a Merry Christmas story, and it's about Santa visiting this home. And so we're going to read it together, okay? So this is called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring.
I've heard of this, but a different kind of label.
Yeah.
And I've seen this from Dinosaur.
Exactly.
I've seen this from a TV show.
It was a TV show, so let's read it, and then I'll show you some pictures. So I want you to put on your best quiet voices, and then we'll read it, and then I'll show you some pictures. Okay? So we're going to start again. Close your eyes, and just imagine that we're in our house with our nice fire, and we've already put up your stockings. So this is the visit of St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw out the sash. The moon on the breast of this new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below.
I used to have that book that says the same thing.
Are you guys being good listeners?
When what to my wandering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his reindeer they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the reindeer they flew, with sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then on the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down came the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his toe, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimple, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose was like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And then, just like we do, on Christmas morning, we get to wake up and we look to see what's in our stockings and maybe what's under the tree. And this was the story of the night before Christmas and St. Nicholas visiting us. So do you guys have your stockings hung?
Yes. I have two chimneys.
Two.
I have one downstairs and one upstairs. I have one in my front room and one in the back room. My Christmas trees in the back.
Not yet.
My stockings in the front room.
One in the front room and one in the back room, one downstairs and one upstairs, and not yet? Oh, you guys are so lucky, and I was so happy to read.
My tree is in the back of my house, and my stockings are in the front of the house, hanging up by the front chimney, and my other chimney is in the living room.
Oh,
That's where my tree is. And I have another baby sister.
And you're having a baby sister?
And who's gonna be the big sister?
She'll be the big sister.
The only one chimney I have is and the living room.
Well, thank you for letting me read this story.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again at our next Christmas classic reading. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a very good night.